With the recent release of New Years Fuuka on Global, many players roll for her on account of multiple factors. Firstly, she's really damn cute, and probably catch up the hearts of many a sensei looking for the comfort of a loving housewife. She's limited, so every FOMO adult gacha addict is going to pull her without second thoughts. And perhaps most prominently, she is regarded as a must-pull in basically every single resource for this game. These resources do a good job at communicating the most important parts of a kit. She halves the cost of an X skill, she has a crit damage buff, she has an attack buff, she has high base stats for stat transfer, and she's even got a shield. This is seriously all you need to know about New Years Fuuka. Click and point her on a unit you want to buff, and now that unit has a cheaper X and is doing much more damage. Wow, top tier. So, what is this video about then? There's another video on YouTube that explains why, in Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pot of Greed is an overwhelmingly powerful card even decades after its release. With Yu-Gi-Oh! Or any live service game being the way it is, cards that release today just do so much more than cards released 20 years ago. So how is it that one of the oldest cards with a single line effect is still strong enough to be permanently banned from play today? It's a really good video and puts into perspective how an effect seemingly so simple is actually an unrivaled ability. The point I want to make is that New Years Fuuka is Blue Archive's Pot of Greed. Now, obviously, Blue Archive is not a TCG and Fuuka's X skill doesn't literally say draw cards from your deck, but drawing parallels with Pot of Greed is most certainly a succinct summary of her skill effect. I'm going to basically ignore the rest of Fuuka's kit. This is not about her damage buffs, this isn't about her shield, this isn't about her crazy base stats, and unfortunately this isn't a video about how cute she is. Let's talk about her X skill and why a specific half of her ability is going to be relevant forever. First order of business is how did I translate her skill effect from this into draw a card from your deck. To understand that, we have to go to the basics of understanding the skill queue system. Usually in Blue Archive we can field 6 students, and at any given time we can use the X skills of 3 of them. You can imagine these skills we can see to be our hand. When an X is used, the X goes to the back of a hidden queue. This queue can be our deck. The card at the top of the deck will replace the X you just used from your hand. In this system, the minimum amount of skills you need to use to get back to the first skill is 3, meaning in a team of 6 members, we have 4 skills in the cycle. If we had a team of 5 members, we'd have a 3 skill cycle, and a team of 4, a 2 skill cycle, and a team of 3, a no cycle. For the sake of simplicity, I'll proceed with the rest of this video under the premise of using 6 members in your team, because in 99% of any gameplay scenario, you're going to have 6 members. Now let's look at Fuuka's X skill. For 2 cost, reduce the cost of an ally for their next X skill by 50%. Without any practical context, the first thing a lot of players are going to think is that she would be great on units that have high skill costs. If the X skill costs 6, Fuuka will reduce it to 3. Using 2 costs to save 3 means you have a net positive of 1 cost. Profit. You get to save that extra cost and use it somewhere else. That's why she's so powerful, right? But if the target originally had 4 cost, that means now we're using 2 cost to save 2 cost. No profit. But does that mean Fuuka is wasteful here? Not quite. And if you fell into that trap, let me help you out of it. We need to frame Fuuka's X in the context of the skill queue. Fuuka is not an exception to the 4 card cycle. If you put her on the team, she's still going to be showing up every 4th skill card. But let's add the fact that she reduces 2 costs by using 2 cost. In the context of only Fuuka and our target, our total cost is still the same. But let's try changing the perspective a little bit. Using our target at 2 cost and Fuuka at 2 cost is equivalent to using our target at 4 cost and Fuuka at 0 cost. Now let's add our other 2 cards to the queue. In this system, our target student is being cycled at the same cost as they originally were. Fuuka is at 0 cost and the other 2 cards are as normal. But because Fuuka is equivalent to being 0 cost, This team with a 4-card cycle is operating at the same efficiency as a 3-card cycle. This is what it means to be pot of greed. By using Fuuka, we are effectively reducing our deck size by 1. This is really strong. If you know why pot of greed is good, then you can probably guess why Fuuka is good. For those who don't know though, I'll explain. In many TCGs, deck size is an extremely important consideration for your strategy. If you have too many cards in your deck, the probability of getting a draw that doesn't help you increases. The smaller your deck is, the more likely that you are to come across a card that will help you. This concept is not exactly the same in Blue Archive, but it is very similar. Our deck in Blue Archive only has 3 cards, but we cycle through the same cards over and over again until the battle ends, which is often between 3 to 4 minutes long. If we reduce the card cycle from 4 to 3, we are effectively increasing the number of skills we can use by 25%. Meaning, with any team with Fuuka on it, the efficiency of all skills, not just our target skill, will increase by 25%. And remember, this is if we use Fuuka on a target that neutralizes Fuuka's cost. For every additional cost we save after this advantage grows even more. It is an insanely powerful ability that enables some teams to perform on a completely different level and achieve new ceilings. And it can really only be Fuuka that achieves this. Earlier, I did say a team of 6 gives you a 4 skill cycle, while a team of 5 has a 3 skill cycle. If the advantage of having a shorter cycle is so strong, why don't we run 5 members on a team? Well, there's a major disadvantage to running a 5-member team. You only have 5 members. With 1 member down, your cost regen decreases, meaning that although you have less cards to cycle through, you are using skills at a lower frequency. This loss in cost regen cancels out the faster skill cycle. Fuuka, as a real unit, will generate cost like any other unit will, which means with Fuuka on the team, you're using skills at the same frequency as a full team while still taking advantage of the shorter cycle. And not just that, she still has an entire kit backing up that skill cycling ability. She has a crit damage buff, an attack buff, and a shield. She's not just a unit that makes your team more efficient, but a unit that makes your team far more deadly and less likely to die at the same time. And then, what about Ui? Ui halves the cost of a unit skill twice. Although she costs 3 instead of Fuuka's 2, her effective cost is 1.5 if you consider that you get the reduction twice. 1.5 is cheaper than 2, so is Ui better than Fuuka? The short answer is that it's complicated. While more efficient, Ui provides no other advantage besides the cost regen, whilst Fuuka has an entire offensive and defensive kit. Also, because Ui's X is initially more expensive but lasts twice as long, when you're using Ui, your skill cycle is not a 3 cycle, nor is it a 4 cycle, it's actually a 10 cycle. A 10 cycle is so completely different from how a normal team functions that we can't really compare the cycling effects between Fuuka and Ui. The long answer would involve me explaining what the hell the 10 cycle is and its disadvantages and advantages. But in the interest of not derailing this video, I'm not going to do that right now. If you're really interested, I have previously done a short write-up in the past exploring some differences between Ui and Fuuka. And if you think you know why Ui and Fuuka are different and aren't so comparable, feel free to tell us what you think in the comments. Otherwise, you'll have to wait to see me explore this topic another time. So there you have it. Fuuka is an indispensable support unit that has an ability no one else does. Now, does that mean she's always the best option in every scenario? Definitely not. There are certainly many situations in this game where being slower as a trade-off while having significantly more multipliers can outperform the pure speed and efficiency Fuuka offers. But even if she's not the best option in every scenario, going fast can never be bad. If you choose to Unga Bunga and throw her onto every team you ever make, then you're still going to get decent results regardless. She's very easy to use, the teams you use her in become a lot more fun, and most importantly, she's cute as hell. New Year's Fuuka is going to survive well into Blue Archive's long future. Well, that was short and fun. Just in case you didn't get it, this video is not a guide, nor am I giving any kind of advice. What I've wanted to do here was break down some of Blue Archive's gameplay. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and I really needed to make this video to distract myself from other videos I've been sort of stuck on. I've had other ideas in the backlog for a while now, but in the middle of writing these I had come to realize that, damn, this is pretty hard. Firstly, because the topics are quite complex and the wider community kinda lacks the knowledge to understand them. I mean that with no disrespect. It's a pretty irrefutable fact that the target audience for Blue Archive don't pay as much attention to the systems driving the game compared to the attention they pay to Yuka's thick thighs. That's a good thing, mind you. But secondly, it would be my job to translate these complex systems into something that can be understood by more people. However, I think I currently lack the skills to do that. This is the second video essay I've ever done, and I think I'm going to have to make a lot more to get to the point where I'll have an easier time presenting these cooler ideas. So you're going to get a few more videos like this where I talk about a character or system in the game. This way I'll be able to not only have a chance to practice, but hopefully I can help level up community knowledge on intermediate and advanced gameplay one little bit at a time. That's all from me, and hopefully you'll see another video on some random gameplay aspect sooner rather than later. Whatever you may be doing until then, I wish you good luck and to have fun.